Man, what it do, what it world? It's your mans and them foul shot and reporting on the Bamboozled Again News Network. Man, I started to hop on this junk last night, but I was a little vexed. I was a little tired because I had some content, some personal content for y'all. But then upon my grand rising this morning, you know what I'm talking about? And I seen it last night about the whole Mike Tyson junk and all that. I was totally indifferent. But then I hops on social media, see a couple homies, critique. I seen some still shots. Man, it's to the point I'm looking into how to become a sovereign citizen or how to fake my own demise and get on up out here, man. I'm halfway tempted to hop on this junk and start a GoFundMe to get me out of Babylon. Because I don't know how much more of this I can take, yo. Seriously. And of course, I take all the most high put on. You know what I'm saying? I'm just kind of venting at this point. But man, I'm so sick of this place, Joe. Every time, in 2 weeks, and within the last week, we done had two black, I guess, idols or whatever the case may be of the older generation ilk, and Denzel and Mike Tyson. Both of them folk done went out like Willie Lump Lump, yo. Denzel talking about he kissing on the man and whatnot. Then I seen the little, I guess, highlights or whatever of the Mike Tyson junk. You know what I mean? He walked around in Hulk Hogan's and he got his cheeks out backstage and all that. We're literally witnessing the social emasculation and butt breaking of one individual in Denzel who we thought was, the epitome of black excellence. He never sold out. He never played no wild role, right? You know what I mean? He never had no wild scandal on the man, as far as we know. But from what I understand, he said he was at one of them parties doing whatever. Woo, woo. And then Mike Tyson, probably the most, what's the word I'm looking for? The most feared man in boxing. And what I got from the Mike Tyson jump, when the white dude beat him up, is that was a subliminal message to black men. We still own you. No matter what kind of, fear you used to have or, your physicality, we still own your mind. You know what I mean? They don't own me though. You know what I'm saying? And then people paid, and this was the tripping part. People paid to watch, in the form of entertainment, another black man being emasculated and beat down by the white man. To plant that in your subconscious mind, that stuff don't work on me though, cuz. And I'm already jaw hot, right? But I'm just saying, people's takes on it. You paid for that. You paid to have that planted in your subconscious mind. And they just pose it to you in the form of entertainment. This ain't no different than back in the day where they want to keep our boss in line and they take the most, masculine or whatever and beat him down in front of everybody or take his cheeks to etch that in everybody's mind. If you think about, if we do this to him, imagine what we'll do to you. You know what I'm saying? Man, Rome is... And even when I was younger, yo, this is why I used to have issues with just the world in general, because none of it made any sense. It's like the most high, like I've been programmed to understand how things are supposed to be. And because even when I was younger and started going to school, like nothing made any sense. Like I'm learning this crap, but why? Like, how am I going to use this? You know what I'm saying? The first time I heard about black people in the history book, it was slavery. Now, granted, because my aunt made me read, I knew a certain knowledge and information of prior to slavery. But that'll make, like, I felt a little shame, like, they talk about the Europeans built this and built that, and Asian people did this and did that. First time you hear about us in the American history book, we somebody else slave. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody slave, Joe. Word up, man. Second. But let me just go ahead and get to what I was going to talk about, right? And I'm going to be totally transparent and honest, right? And this should help y'all to not make certain mistakes I've made, right? So I'm running around yesterday, doing my daily errands and tasks and whatnot. And out of nowhere, I get bombarded with a whole bunch of phone calls. Drama, right? I told you about the custody fight and this, that, and the third, and whoop, the whoop, the whoop, the whoop, fighting the good fight. Sometimes just for y'all leave me hell alone. I'm not gonna do it, but I'm tempted just to relinquish the whole fight. Just leave me hell alone, yo. So, my daughter wanted to go somewhere. We don't want her to go there because we don't want to go there. Plain and simple. But somehow it gets all misconstrued and all these grown folk getting involved and they all calling each other, telling each other what somebody done said. Now my daughter get upset because the little girl said she said something she didn't say, or maybe she did say it. You know what I'm saying? And then it came a whole cluster. You know what I'm saying? So then, like I said, my daughter mother been, trying to hold on to benefits and assets attached to the child and whatnot. Um, Even though the child lived with me and she know that, but she done went down to these various agencies and told them a bald-faced lie. That's why she went ghost on me, because when I was trying to get certain information, she wouldn't give it to me. So finally she start calling me. But now because, when I'm trying to handle business, you don't answer. And then you think everybody's supposed to be on your time. So then when you start calling me, I don't answer. This ain't that. Ain't no, you can treat me any kind of way or, be dismissive of me, but then when something going on with you, now all of a sudden I'm required to answer the phone. Man, that shit don't work like that, yeah. Watch too much TV, yeah. So then she started texting me with a whole bunch of what they call that, gaslighting. Talking about, oh, you want custody, but you don't answer your phone. And what else you say? Some old stupid, a whole bunch of stuff that ain't real, right? So I've been working on not responding right. So now I got to say something and then just block it so you just can't keep bombarding or clogging my line up with a whole bunch of fairy tales and whatnot. She was talking about I've been trying to call you for the last 2 weeks and da-da-da. So I sent her a screenshot of my my call log, in reference to her. I ain't heard from you in 3 weeks. So that's a lie. So now, since you starting offline, we ain't gonna woo-woo. So I basically tell her like, yo, all these games you playing with the child and you know what I'm saying? All these manipulation games and tactics and gaslighting and sowing seeds of discord among the children because you all jacked up in the game and all that. And I'm the only Negro trying to, just trying to fight for what's right. You know what I'm saying? We not doing that. I just see you in court, shot and bang, boom. You know what I'm saying? Block. You know what I mean? Handle this in court. Gotta let the white man deal with it. Can't come together. Can't come on, come. So now we got to go to the white man. You understand me? It's crazy, yo. But then so I go check on my child, right? Because she was with the mother for a minute. So I'm just trying to check her mental, emotional state, you know what I mean? So let's work through this. So here's another life situation. Let's sift through it. Let's work it out, right? So again, I didn't want to try to hinder her relationship with her mother, because I don't think that's in her best interest. But it's a double-edged sword, because I know she's playing these manipulation games and sowing seeds, you know what I'm saying, planting seeds in her head about X, Y, Z. And I get it. You know, the mother has a certain mystique about her. You know what I'm saying? Here in Babylon, fathers you got a bad reputation. You know what I'm saying? So whatever, right? So I'm talking to her. So then my daughter starts alluding to, my daughter mother be like, when I do have, and that's another reason why I want to talk to her. Because if we texting or whatever the case may be, you'll say the text message and then show my child what I said out of context. And then, well, Dad, you said that. Yeah, I said it. Because it's true. You know what I'm saying? But she's already, paved the road to make it look like whatever she's trying to make it look like. So now, I try to keep my child out of grown folk business, right? But now we here. So now I got to teach you how to think for yourself. I don't want you to believe what I want you to believe. I just want you to be able to think for yourself when I ain't around. Because everybody lying to you. And you'll come to discover that. And it'll come from the people you never suspect. You know what I'm saying? Since we're here now, you ready to deal with some real reality. You know what I mean? So, she's blaming me for stuff that's not going on based on the lies her mother told her. So I'm explaining my version of the events of the truth. Now, I really don't like explaining myself. I typically just say it and leave it alone, right? But since it's my child, I feel the need to, expound or really, help her to see or give her the ability to see what the truth is and make her own decision. You know what I'm saying? So I was explaining to her how, I'm in all this whoop and all these games being played, essentially because I'm fighting for your safety. You know what I'm saying? I said, baby girl, of all your friends and cousins and all that, how many, of all the people that you know that's your age, how many people got their father in their life? She thought about it for a minute. She said, none. I like to hit the floor, Joe. I said, see what I'm saying? I'm the only one fighting a good fight. And I'm catching all this hell behind it because I'm holding people accountable. And they don't want to be held accountable. Just like you probably have an issue with me holding you accountable. And what they typically want to do is they want to tell you, yeah, pay money, this, that, and the third, but have no influence. Don't hold us accountable. Don't say nothing. But when we do something you said don't do and we do it and the consequence come save us. And then after you come save us, we'll act like we don't know you again. Ain't nobody finna do that, Joe. So, and then I've been talking about on here, like, my struggle with attempting to vindicate myself, right? And I think the Lord does that. And like I've also said, man can only take but so much. So in the effort, or since we were there now, I get to running off at the mouth telling her the truth, right? And my daughter tends to, she's 13, she's about to be 14 next month. So she at that stage where she thinks she's grown and all that. I said, okay, babe, since you grown, I'm going to put you in some grown folk stuff. So I get to, explain my version of events to the mother. Now, I know we're supposed to honor our father and mother, but I don't know if that extends to, like, the other parent-child. But I was dead wrong for this, right? So even though, and just because people do stuff to me, I'm still held to a higher standard. I can't turn around and do the exact same thing to them and justify, even if I feel right. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes you be so right, you wrong, right? And in this respect, that was the case, right? So I get to tell her, okay, like my thing is like behavior, but it leads from, like, it stems from a root cause. You know what I'm saying? Like anger is a surface level emotion. There's something behind that made you angry that lets us see the behavior of anger manifest, right? So I told her about the character of her mother, right? And what I said was true, but I shouldn't have said it to her. And when I said this particular statement, she repeated it, and I could see the look on her face like she didn't want to believe it. And I said, I done went too far. Shucks. So then she was like, well, I'm not going to believe that, and da-da-da. I said, and I started to say it, but I caught myself. I said, okay, like I said, you'll see. Since everybody want to lie on me, how about I tell the truth that can't nobody handle? That's why you go through the ice, because you the one that know the truth. So everybody will come out, and try to discredit you. And, what I mean? Got groups of people trying to discredit you, da-da-da. But again, like I was saying about the New Breed Ringo situation, it makes no sense to me in my brain, to come out to someone that I know for a fact knows about all the dirt I've done that I don't want nobody to know. So I do that, whatever. You know what I'm saying? We done talking. So I try to go lay down, because at this point I'm emotionally drained, because these folk been calling me for hours. I'm trying to figure out who said. And it ended up being a situation of people saying somebody else said something, but won't nobody get together in a room and say it to their face. You know what I'm saying? So we never know where the root, or where initially, it's just a bunch of people saying what somebody else done said. He say, she say, right? So I'm tired, Sabbath, I'm lay down, right? So then I start praying. I'm like, God, was I wrong for that? Then I start believing I'm wrong. If I'm asking, was I wrong? I probably am wrong, right? So like I said in Bill, if I'm wrong, I just go back, because I can't sleep now. So let me go make this right. So I go back and apologize to my daughter, right? I said, baby, I shouldn't have told you that. You know what I mean? Woo, woo, right? So then I'm like, give me a hug, baby. But she don't want to hug me, right? Now she mad with me. So this is actually triggering, right? Again, from, past experiences, right? Where, like, rejection, you know what I mean? So I told you the truth, you reject me. Then I tend to, like, kind of grow cold. So I shrug my shoulders, like, okay, well, I apologize. I can't take back my words. But everything I told you is true, and I'll say it in front of anybody, to anybody. And I went on upstairs. Now I don't feel bad. Now I feel bad about the fact I don't feel bad no more. You know what I'm saying? And with the manipulation games and tactics, because I seen my daughter do it, right? So, because we had a period where we wasn't talking, picking up a similar thing from her mother. Of course, she's not going to admit to that. You know what I mean? My dad tell me something I don't want to hear, so I just don't talk to him. But I'll talk to him when I want something. Okay, you make a mistake. That's cool, fine and dandy. We'll just learn from it. But if you keep doing it, now I'm about to break you out of that. Now we have to play hardball. So I just stopped talking to her. You need me before I need you. And then eventually, I explained it to her. Now we back on deck. But this is my, kind of temptation. Whereas though I'm looking at this like war. And in war, you have collateral damage. And I'm starting not to care about the collateral damage. If it'll gain me the objective, I don't want to say I don't care who get hurt. But the hurt would stem from what the other person has done. The thing is, I would just be the antagonistic or the progenitor of facilitating, that particular move, right? Which would affect other people. But I just want them stopped, though. You know what I'm saying? And if they get hurt, and these people are hell bent on hurting me, causing me, pain and vexation, you know what I'm saying? For me just trying to do right, yo. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, it's just so, that's why I'm so, and then even with back into the Mike Tyson thing, like, the black man, even though, okay, we get a Trump win, right? So, yeah, we ain't got Camilla in there. But now what I'm saying is, it seems like now they rocked us into a false sense of security because now we're saying the black male image destroyed, yo, among people who we thought was whatever we thought they was within 1 week. If you look on TV, we either buck broken or we pandering. You know what I'm saying? It's either or. We the bully coon, but we still borderline sweet, or we selling out. You know what I'm saying? And this is the only image of males that they're programmed to see. So just the average man, which is all you need to be as a man, you know what I'm saying, is completely overlooked and blind. You know what I'm saying? They don't even see him. He don't even exist. You nothing. You know what I'm saying? But the people who are esteemed to be something, we see the traits of them selling out or questions about their sexuality or just their overall allegiance to the black people and the cause in general. You know what I'm saying? And it's sickening, man. Like, I'm going to have to go out to the park. It's a little blustery today. But I'm going to have to go and decompress. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm stirred up to the utmost. You know what I mean? Yes, sir. Every time you turn around, somebody lying and scheming and, you know what I'm saying, playing like they cool with you and all that. Then when you tell them, get the hell out of my face, they act like something wrong with you because you can tell what they doing. I went through that on the job. That's why I left there. They about to try to set me at the job, not because I had done anything, but because they discovered I knew all their dirt and I wasn't standing for it. So in an effort to I guess, hold him in a certain place, we got to create a situation where he got one of these wild demos on him. So I believe they sent my work daughter because she started doing all this sexually suggestive stuff out of nowhere. I'm like, yo, what's wrong with you, Joe? Like, yeah, we playing all, but not like that. Yo, be easy, baby. You know what I mean? Try to get one on me, so then maybe because they got some dirt on me, now I'll shut up. Man, nobody tell me what to do, yeah. You know what I'm saying? And that's another thing. Somehow in this upside down construct, they think like you just supposed to talk to a man any kind of way. That's why when that's why the only place they can go is the islands, right? Because they go anywhere else with that fool, everybody look like, what? Who the? Man, you better go back over America, man. We don't do none of that over here. This is a whole new social construct that's never been on Earth before, yeah. It's so butt backwards here, it now looks right. You know what I'm saying? Dysfunction now looks normal and is normalized. Anytime my daughter said she don't know of any of her female or people her age who had a fathers in their life, that's mind-blowing and mind-boggling. You know what I'm saying? I told her, I said, you probably never even seen a healthy relationship or people effectively work through their issues and problems. It's a bunch of people getting together, claiming like they care about each other. And as soon as something don't go their way, they exposing this and exposing that and lying on them and all that. And these the people you want to be around? The people who always causing you to flip out? Then that would justify saying, oh, let's put her on some pills. You know what I'm saying? Let's send her to a psychologist and all that. You know what I mean? They put you in a trip bag and you can't even, but granted, you only 13, 14. I told her, you're coming of age during probably the greatest level of spiritual warfare that's ever taken place in the history of mankind. And like Tupac, against all odds, I'm trying to shield you and save you from it. You know what I mean? And sometimes, be honest, yo, sometimes I want to say hell with it. Now, to some degree, be totally honest with you, now I see why brothers leave. Just to maintain their own sanity. It's crazy how you'll go insane trying to fight to do what you're supposed to and designed to do and get all this backlash. Like when I was going to these various agencies to prove whoop the whoop the whoop, they say, okay, we need this proof. I go provide the proof, come back to them. They say, oh, it's not proof enough or hit me on some technicality. But she can just call them and say something and they believe her. So why would I keep, and I'm explaining to them, why would I keep coming down here under the threat of criminal and civil penalty to come down here and lie to y'all saying my child live with me if that's not the case? What's tripping me out is won't nobody even, because I keep doing it out of perception, won't nobody go and see if what I'm saying is true. Y'all just taking this person's word for who had no credibility. That's another part that be tripping me out, right? How like the scum people get the benefit of the doubt. We give like we give liars known like the people on TV get caught lying every day, B. You know what I'm saying? Then when they come out, the next time they lie, we still believe them. But the person who got a track record of being honest and transparent and whatever, he dismissed. Or we questioning him, you know what I'm saying? It's not even so much they question, they just can't believe that you are who you say you are. You know what I mean? So let's find a chink in the armor. Let's try to get him to crash out. You know what I mean? How saying the word, if he be, of God or righteous, let's see how much he can take. And I ain't gonna take too much more of this venting. But at the same time, I'll take what I gotta take. That's how I got to this point. Dealing with stuff that popped up. Dealing with the wreckage of my past. And working it. Like from the time I started working on it, took me 2 years to get my license back. Some regular stuff. But that's because I ain't had no license in 20 years. Because I caught 2 DUI back to back. That's my fault. You know what I'm saying? I own up to what I do. I try not to do it. But god darn, you gotta honor, man. Ain't nobody perfect out here by a long shot. You know what I mean? But at least I just tried. And that's what I'm deprived of. Like, you could, like, when the brother Epic Monster was talking about not seeing the sign. We all got our shortcomings, defects of character, and so on and so forth, right? I just want to perceive you to be genuine. You know what I'm saying? Like, you is who you portraying yourself to be. Everybody out here pump faking and masquerading as something that they not. And it's like when I see people in society, I see the outward shell of them, but I'm wondering what they look like on the inside. You know what I mean? It's real in the battlefield, Joe. You know what I'm saying? But I messed up though. But now I feel bad. I don't feel bad no more. And that's why they say, like if like in the like if you're in the fellowship of NAAA or whatever, right? Like you got step work, 12 steps, right? I think the 6th step is making amends, right? But it's not one of the earlier steps because they did it like that, from my understanding, so that as you go through, steps 1 through 5, you build up a foundation. So once that you get to the 6th step and you apologize to somebody or seek to make amends and they tell you get the hell out their face because you stole their microwave, that you can handle that because they're not required to forgive you. You see what I'm saying? That's really for you to cleanse your soul. You know what I'm saying? But if they say, oh, you took the money out my purse, or oh, you did some old, or you stole my Christmas gifts or something, that you can still handle it and stay sober and deal with it and process. But I'm kind of like, and I don't know if it's kind of because of previous PTSD season, but now I'm kind of looking at everybody funny. You know what I'm saying? Like if you say something, tell me like, what's your motive? Yeah, you might be telling the truth, but there's a reason behind you telling me this. Why are you telling me this? It can't be for my best interest because I've never seen you do nothing in my best interest. So then if it's almost like here in Babylon, we're in a prison, a plantation / prison construct. Like I've never been to prison, but from what I heard or understand, like it's a predatory type situation where everybody's looking for weakness in the other. That's why you hear these stories like of people in gangs and crossing. Now we're supposed to be a gang, we're supposed to be a brotherhood, we're supposed to link up so that we can be strong against other groups, right? But more oftentimes than not, the group ends up feeding on itself. You know what I mean? Group members end up crossing each other out. You see what I'm saying? They end up, jockeying for power within the group. You know what I mean? It's just all a fallacy. It's an illusion of togetherness for the sake of every individual gaining what they can gain out the group construct. But nobody's pushing the group in totality forward when it comes to personal pursuits. You know what I'm saying? Like they say, it's certain things you ain't supposed to do, like be sweet or use drugs, right? If you, in prison and gang. But the top shot caller might do that, but because of his connections and whatever esteem he got, people overlook it, even though he breaking the rules. You see what I'm saying? And going back to when I was younger, none of this ever made any sense. When they told me or gave me these inklings about what success was. Paying for a house for 30 years. That made no sense to me when my family bought land, pitched in, bought land, and just built the homes on it. As far as I know, we never had a mortgage or rent. You see what I'm saying? So I ain't gotta go work for no boss that's gonna talk to me all stupid. You know what I'm saying? Cause my house paid for. My neighbor gave me some seeds, you know what I'm saying, in front of the family, so I can grow me some tomatoes. You know what I'm saying? Some potatoes and whatnot. Because ultimately you go to work to do what? House and feed yourself. But if you can knock those two out, shoot, everything else a plus. You could work minimum wage and still come up if you ain't got to pay rent, and if you can feed yourself without having to, in self-sufficiency. This whole construct don't work for niggas, yo. None of it. None of it. Like I was telling my daughter too as well. I said, at this point, damn near every black woman I see, I believe at the very least she's Babylonian out. So she's of no use to me, and to a greater degree, if I deal with her slightly more than casually, she's programmed in an attempt to destroy me because of who I am spiritually, even if she don't realize it. We don't see them. Now, Pookie and Ray Ray and Sam Sotahim, they destroy themselves because of their choices and behavior. That's why you got a whole bunch of brothers on here who just be decent brothers. Again, nobody perfect. But we all got these stories about how a black woman attempted to destroy you. You know what I'm saying? I was living in Baltimore when the brother, I think he had went and got an Asian woman. He was in the hospital field. Like he was probably making six figures. And he was talking about how his woman put these wild charges on him, like he was molesting his child and all that. He get with the Asian woman who's probably Americanized, and then she tell him, "I'm gonna do you like the last one." That was so triggering to him. He went off both of them and went on live and did it, yo. This is, it's just hard to even quantify all the nuances in the game. You know what I mean? It's a second and a side, yo. Yo, how many sisters on? I mean, I know they got the female red pill kind of content of femininity, but you can't even, when they had soft girl era, whatever happened to that? That joint lasted what, 72 hours? That was short lived because it's not really in them. It's a cloak, and they can't hold it up that long. You know what I mean? You remember we used to watch maybe what's them shows on Dateline or whatever the case may be, where somebody get bamboozled in a relationship, but it took them 10 years to run their entire game. Everybody ain't got that much time no more. You can meet someone on Monday, sleep with them Monday night, be cool Tuesday morning, and by Wednesday afternoon, you the worst person on earth, and they blowing you up and, you know what I'm saying, tearing your name up, and that was all in a 72-hour period, yo. Yo, where's I'm at, cuz? This not my home, D. I share this with y'all, right? Now, I don't remember nothing that was going on. This might be a little longer stream, right? So, now granted, I grew up in a geographically isolated place, right? So at night, I'm kind of a night owl. I used to just drill the basketball at night, in the dark, just thinking or imagining me scoring 20 on the rival high school, whatever the case may be, right? I think I was still in middle school. And I don't really remember anything super going on other than the feeling of not fitting in. And I said to myself, I said, man, this world not my home, yo. I don't belong here. I belong up there somewhere. And I could have sworn a voice, not in my head, but a voice inside my being said, you'll do something great. Now, from my understanding, great in God's terms means service, to him and other. And that's kind of the track I'm on, which is the same voice that I heard. I had a chance to sleep with someone who ended up being my girlfriend later on down the pike. Later on, she ended up passing away from cancer. And I knew I could do this. And the same voice inside of my being said, not yet, it's not the right time. So I let it go, and then time proceeds on. And then maybe I'll talk more in depth about that situation, which ended up actually breaking me out of having casual sex, which now, from what I see now, was a blessing of the Most High, because casual sex is dangerous, right? Which is the same voice that I talked about on here. After I was homeless, ran through a bunch of money, and then wound up homeless. And I went to a prayer service and was disappointed because the guy told me that God told him to tell me, not yet. I was deflated. So I went into my little shed and laid on the cardboard, and it was the same voice that said, trust me. Mind you, after the last message, like it didn't get better. You see what I'm saying? Like outwardly. He just walked me through it. But I couldn't see that until I got down the road a little bit. But so long as I was homeless, but I was in safety. I don't think nobody seen me. I was able to change clothes and shower and do all that there. But he had to purge me from my iniquity. You know what I'm saying? Because I never thought that was that bad. And in that space, in my Hosea 3 wilderness period, the first two things he dealt with was forgiveness, and he turned the mirror around me and showed me all my wrongs. And I said, oh, on top of all the stuff I was dealing with, I said, oh, man. It was rough. It was rough. The circumstances. But so long as like I ain't drinking nothing like that, I ate and I was safe. While he was, lovingly chastising me. You know what I'm saying? And that's why the situation was I felt so bad, right, in my spirit, right? Because in my mind, after all God has done for me, right? Now, of course, I know I'm not perfect, and I'm going to make mistakes. But that mistake there, in reference to my child, I felt so like, not just to say I felt bad, but I was like, darn, yo, I missed the mark, yo. And I feel like I always got it, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know I make mistakes, but I feel like I can't, it's a narrow path, so I can't step off the path. I can't give the adversary a foothold. You see what I'm saying? And it's hard because I'm dealing with justifications and a new level of spiritual warfare that I ain't been in on this side of things. The desire to rectify this by my own hands so I ain't got to deal with it no more because I'm tired of it. You know what I mean? It would make more sense to me if I, did something and accomplish, like, oh, I ain't had no, that's why that's happening. But it's kind of harder to process when you're doing right by yourself and others. And then the same people you trying to do right by and protect and, woo 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 are the same people attacking. You know what I'm saying? Let's get off the plantation. Nah, I'd rather stay here. You know what I'm saying? And I'm better suited to handle it. But my heart, not cold, but it's calloused or it's been hardened to a degree to hold up in the paint. That now I'm just like, I don't give a damn, man. Okay, I still care. But I can show you, well, whatever. I don't know if this is a good comparison, but they said, when they would send apostles out 2 by 2 and said, they don't receive your message, wipe the dust off your feet and go on to the next time. You know what I'm saying? I hate to see, and this, I know the pitfalls that'll befall my child if, she doesn't take heed or if her mother's able to overly influence. I know it's finna happen. And I'm trying to say, and I don't want to be in that reality, yo. But how much do I fight and how much do I let go? Like the son, I just want to make sure I'm right before I'm not going to let go of my child. But I know it's in the word too. And I think it's referring to, the end time where it say, men who have wives, be as though you have none. Or men, if you have children, be as though because you never know who the adversary may use to get you off the path or to, you know what I'm saying? It's real in the battlefield, Joe. It's got me in this space where even people that I know of, I'm starting to look at them suspicious, like, are you know what I'm saying? Like, you gentlemen right now, but if the right circumstances play out, will you throw me to the wolves? And I can handle it. I'm just tired of dealing with it. You know what I mean? It'd be nice just to try find my tribe, my flock, where we have common goals, dreams, and aspirations, and we can do something. You know what I'm saying? Everybody just running their mouth, and I'm tired of talking. And then on top of it, they not about the stuff they talking about. Like if you look at the New Breed Ringo, now Ringo how about the man and disrespect his kids and curse his bloodline, and then when the man opened the door to shoot the fade, you don't take it. So you can't feel that disrespect as a man if a man say you want to box and you don't jump at the offer. Yeah, we need some straightening. Yeah, thank you. Where, you know what I'm saying? You don't say nothing about that, but then you hop on and make a whole bunch of videos about how you not mad. It's actually it's like brain racking, like to try to, because I got one of them analytical type minds, like I say, to try to understand or analyze and make sense of that which is unmake sensible. You know what I'm saying? So it's best just to cut it off, because now, you know what I'm saying, your brain all racked up trying to figure stuff out or remembering this particular thing someone said today make no sense. And then you have some other, so you taking mental energy trying to figure out tomfoolery when you supposed to be, focused on the mission and task at hand on a day-to-day, moment-by-moment basis. You know what I mean? But I like to believe, from what I've gave, in my comments, shout out to y'all, those who, like, share, subscribe, and whatnot. We're all dealing with this to some degree in different aspects and components. Like I said, we all probably got a Ringo in our lives, and they ain't going nowhere. You know what I'm saying? And they're getting worse. Like, yo, I tripped out last night before all this foolishness happened. What was the title Ringo had on that junk? I said, oh, man, like I said, cuz is just going to any lunch now, man. It was something. I forgot what it was. Something about New Breed got off on Denzel kissing a man, or it was another one, yo. And I said, wow, yo. He done went. And I seen it wasn't even nothing about none of it, but just to say it. Now where people just saying anything. And he got views. I'm like, I don't know what they call that, the retention rate would be, but I said, that's why you can't know why. Now everybody just saying whatever, yo. That's why I only like talking. It's crazy. Got a YouTube channel. You know what I'm saying? Cause really, I don't like talking. Not that I don't like talking. It's just nobody's talking of anything of substance. Anything that you know what I'm saying? Anything real. It's all tomfoolery and shenanigans and puffed up, bloated, nothing. You know what I mean? I told my daughter, that's why I ain't real big on talking. And if I have to overly discern your motive for what you're saying, I'm ready to just not talk to you and figure it out that way. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't bamboozle me if I ain't paying you no mind. Just like Mike Tyson bamboozled all black. Man, I seen black people. Yeah, Mike. Man, the man almost 60 years old getting in the ring. It was a spectacle. It was a Roman spectacle. You know what I'm saying? Paid to distract us from what's really going on earth, yo. You know what I'm saying? I seen it one jump, black people, them black pundits and whatnot, talking about Trump giving white folk reparations and we going back into slavery. And these are the people who are educated. They probably the stupidest people on earth, or at least in America, yo. Gaslighting black folk into fear and all this here, man. But what we refuse to do, we refuse to put our differences to the side and come together. Anything but that. More division, more, not for like spiritual like division, like you separating yourself, you coming out. More division among people who already divided. Family divided. They probably divided in your work spot. You know what I'm saying? Y'all feel like an alien, yeah. It's like I don't belong, don't nothing make sense. That's why you should smoke weed and stuff, to not deal with it. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm strong enough now not to relapse and do all that stupid stuff. And to be able to hold up, mental, emotional intelligence and mental strength. You know what I mean? It's sad. Now see why brother get high, yo, to escape their reality. Where don't nobody respect you unless you being disrespectful to them. Like, you notice how, like, we respect, like, hustlers and scammers. These are people who are getting over on black people. And black people, you got over on other black people. Yeah, you the man. We're in this space, yo, where IG models and OnlyFans, whatever you call them people, have a voice. The most reprehensible. And not only that, you do that, okay, you do what you do, but you're doing it to other black people, and black people love you, yo. Yo, we is truly a byword, you know what I'm saying? We're a mystery and enigma even to our own selves, yo. You got 60-year-old women talking about they looking for a man now, and they ain't never been in no functional relationship after they've been punished to no avail. You know, and this is what we got to deal. And these are the women who are advising and teaching our younger women. Yo, we're destroyed now, Jack. Now I see why only 1/3 gonna make it out. And then from what I understand, then there's a purging process among the 1/3. I'm like them old gospel songs. I just want to be in that number, yo. I don't even care no more, yo. I just want to be found where I'm just like 50 Cent, yo. I'm just trying to make it to heaven for going through hell, yo. It got, like Tupac said, it got to be a place better than this, yo. How you say? Got me falling to the floor, begging for the Lord to let me in the heaven's doors. I done shed so many tears. Lord, I suffered through the years and shed so many tears. Man, they make songs about like the here it go. But I'm on this jump about 40 minutes. I think I've covered what I wanted to cover, man. Yeah, y'all, I messed up, man. Oh, I'm gonna leave on this note, right? Regardless of what they do to you, take a message from this. Regardless of what they do to you, you may make some mistakes and stuff like that, but keep your eyes to the hills will come at your help. We can't be like them, yo. I messed up, y'all. Don't be like me. And on that note, I'ma holler at y'all. Ooh,